Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're going to do a update for New World today. There's a patch last night, as you will, for New World, changing several things, some big, some small, bug fixes, the like. So I figured I'd go over them for you so you didn't have to. So first things first, patch 1.0.2. It's going to go out live 3 a.m. Pacific, which will be 6 a.m. Eastern. They don't say anything about how long the servers will be down, but figure for a little while, and we'll go through it. Basically say this week's update brings another swath of bug fixes alongside laying additional groundwork for the upcoming server transfer feature, which we'll talk a little bit more about here in a sec. Many members of our team are still working tirelessly to ensure everyone can find a world to call their long-term home with the character transfer feature. We'll have more information on the server transfers when they're ready, and you can check out the forums for more details. In the meantime, you can find a list of bugs and fixes we've addressed below. So first off is faction missions. This is a big one. Depends on the world you're in, populated or not, but like our server Olympus that we're on, it's constant wars. I think I've been in 8 wars, 7 or 9 or 8. I can't remember what it is. I've lost count. We've been in so many wars, about half of them defense, half of them attack, because it's so easy to push influence. And a lot of the communities got together. There was a Twitch clip of mine that went a little bit viral, just showing how fast it can happen with a large group of Zerg members. So it looks like they addressed that. That's not what they wanted. They say here that they've reduced the amount of influence increase over the time significantly for attacking factions. This is, they said it's for a bug we found where increase was multiplied much faster than intended over time. Was it a bug? Was it just somebody fat-fingered a number? I don't know. Point being is it wasn't very hard for an attacker to push influence, and it was almost impossible to stop it. Just the multiplier that applied to that. So they're reducing that multiplier. So it should be a little bit harder for them to raise the bar. And on the other side of that, they removed the decrease in influence over time for defending factions. So apparently, if you were defending and the longer you defended a place, you had a decrease in your influence, which I think that sucks. I don't think that's the case. Sure, you want to give attackers a little bit of a benefit, whatever. But reducing the decreasing the defender's influence, it's a bad gig. So they're taking that out completely. It's not a reduction. They removed it. So come tomorrow, there should be a completely new flow of how fast factions can push influence to declare war. So we'll just have to wait and see how that happens. Our server, I think we have 7 wars in the next 2 days and an invasion or 2. So it's going to be a wild couple of days. Those things were already declared before this change was made. So hopefully things calm down a little bit after that, because it's been pretty wild for us. Onto the bug fixes. They fixed an issue where players could respawn as a corpse. I didn't see this. Sounds awful. Fixed an issue where tier 3 fishing treasure chests wouldn't fight back after being hooked. I just thought this is how it worked. I didn't figure treasure chests could fight back, but apparently they're supposed to. So keep that in mind if you're catching tier 3 chests. Fixed various localization issues and text fields. We'll see what that brings about. Just little bug glitches and things like that. Fixed an issue causing players kicked, suspended, banned, or removed from the game by easy anti-cheat to receive unclear communication. Additional messages have been added so players can better understand the penalty they received. So sounds like they're just adding more messages so that when you get kicked for being naughty, you know exactly why. They fixed an issue causing terror to influence to be set after invasion. So what would happen if you pushed influence and got it to conflict, and then an invasion happened, so you couldn't declare war. After the invasion, the influence was reset. We all thought this was how it was supposed to be. Apparently not. We were subject to that today. Influence was maxed. We had an invasion. Invasion was over. It didn't reset. They declared war right away. So apparently that's how it's supposed to work. So keep that in mind in the future. Invasions will not reset your territory influence. Fixed an issue where players attempted to take a split amount of stacked items from a different settlement their faction owns. They were charged for the entire cost of the items in the stack. So this is where if you're Covenant, for example, and you have 2 Covenant cities, you can pull stuff from one storage to the other. You can pull, you can't send, you can pull, but it charges you gold. And if you split a stack, it would charge you for the whole stack and not the little bit. So that has been fixed. Fixed a game crash caused by player targeting another player with a healing effect at the exact moment they fast traveled or teleported away. Sounds like a small situation, but I'm glad it doesn't crash the game anymore. That's a good deal. Fixed an issue reducing variety and potential quality of loot obtained from game modes and chests within the world. So that's good. That means loot's going to be better, I guess. Fixed an issue causing some crafting bonuses to not provide the minimum intended values. So that's good. Fixed an issue where overflow items and storage transfer to a different territory. So this is an overflow, like if you have a full storage and you buy stuff and then it sends it to another territory. I guess that was a bug. I haven't seen that yet, but that would suck if you're buying stuff and it just shows up randomly somewhere else. You gotta go get it. Fixed an issue where petting Barkimedes caused the camera to jitter. I didn't have that. I've seen it in some other places, so I guess that's good. Little quality of life thing there. Fixed an issue causing the ice pylon ability to not cool down appropriately. I have seen this. It's weird. Glad they fixed it because you don't have to deal with it anymore. Fixed an issue where settlement storage can become massively overflowed by expired contracts. I don't know what this means and how this is going to be implemented. I'm doing it. I know a lot of players are doing it. You can kind of abuse the system if you only have 1,000 storage, let's say, or 900 or 700, whatever it may be. You can actually go to like 1,500, 2,000, 3,000 using buy orders and stuff canceling and getting into your storage. I hope this doesn't change that, because what happens if your orders expire and you don't have room in your storage? Does it just disappear? Does it go into your, does it sit in the auction house in kind of limbo? What? They didn't explain this very much, so be careful tomorrow until we get this figured out exactly what's happening. Fixed an issue where players' movement could stutter after becoming encumbered from logging. This was kind of a funny one. You get a little bit overweight when you're logging and you kind of jitter around the screen as you move around. Even though you're encumbered, you move at speed. Looks like they're fixing that. We knew they would. Doesn't really affect much, but it's good to not have glitchy shit in the game, so good move there. Fixed an issue where there was not enough chests at Hapless Homestead to fill faction quest requirements. I swear there's more than one of these around the map where you've got to pick up 5 things, but there's only 4 chests. So this is good if they're finding those and fixing those, making the quests passable. Fixed an issue causing players to randomly teleport. I'm hoping this has to do with, I've had this happen a couple of times, mostly with wars. You'll just teleport around, so hopefully this kind of fixes that. We'll find out tomorrow, because we got a war tomorrow. Fixed an issue where players disappear if standing still when a campsite turret blueprint is being held. I haven't seen this. Sounds weird, just disappearing. So that one's fixed. Fixed a visual issue causing repeater turrets to appear as if they were firing projectiles at an alt angle that did not align with the turret. So you're shooting this direction and the bullets go a different direction. I didn't see this. I've seen some YouTube or Twitch clips of it happening. It's kind of weird. So just a visual thing that's good to fix. Fixed miscellaneous game crashes. You know, this is kind of one of those things when they fix like 100 things or 10 things or whatever, and they don't want to list them all. So hopefully your game is crashing less going forward. You know, I've noticed issues in the auction house, especially when you're decorating your house, running around the map, wars. We had half our team on the invasion crash because of that. So hopefully this stuff gets addressed more and more each week. AI fixes. So they fixed an issue where Marsh Jaw responds slower than intended at Flatfish Fishery. So he'll respond faster now for the tasks that require you to kill him. They fixed an issue causing certain bears to respond faster than intended. If you don't know where it is, there's a bear spawn that just spawns bears faster than you can kill them. And there's always like 30 people running around, grinding their weapon skill or leveling their skinning or something along those lines. So that looks like it's going to be patched. And along those lines, it says fixed an issue causing twice the intended number of boars to spawn at the Boar POI and Restless Shores. Same deal. Massive boar spawn. You could go in there and just harvest skill and XP, and that's what people do. So it looks like they're toning those down. We'll have to just see how much it gets toned down. And then the last section, we have store fixes. Fixed an issue where players could be prompted to purchase an item they had previously started the unlocking process on in the game store when trying to unlock another item immediately after. This is just one of many bugs we've got with the UI now thing. So if they start whittling at these one at a time, it's good. Fixed an issue causing store previews for skins to not work correctly when the player was actively wielding a weapon. It happens more than when you're wielding a weapon. I get, you know, sometimes my armor looks like sausage or my gems look like fish. It's funny. So hopefully this gets a little bit better, because it's kind of annoying when the little mini pictures don't update. They fixed an issue where the Righteous Guardian armor skin would not change color in war. Sure. Fixed an issue where the Runic Bear armor skin would not change color in war. Great. Fixed an issue causing incorrect poses when previewing store items. Incorrect poses. I don't know if this has something to do with, you know, the images again, or how your character looked. Whatever it is, it's fixed. Hopefully it's something that is noticeable and it's not something that happened to like 0.01% of the population. All right, so that wraps up the patch notes. I hope it finds you well. I hope the game's a little bit more enjoyable tomorrow, because these bugs are fixed, and we're doing a little bit less wars than one every other day. That would be kind of nice, at least from my perspective. Quick shout out to the Patreons. Those guys are always awesome, helping support the channel. And thank you for watching the content and supporting the content. So good luck out there, and we'll see you in the new world.